Hey guys, welcome to The Drop. I'm Izah. With me I have today Tehniyat and Noor. Today we are going to discuss Lion King that's doing mind-blowing in the box office right now. It's whopping $600 million right now internationally. So guys, what do you think about this new trend of remakes? Is it an idea to cash in the nostalgia?
So it's true that the film has done really well worldwide, and basically this is exactly the question that came to my mind after watching the film. Like, are they cashing in on the idea of nostalgia? Because this is the third major remake that Disney has released this year.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that the driving force behind the success of these movies is nostalgia, because firstly, people are already familiar with the stories with these movies. They're already in love with the characters, they love the songs, and they remember all the dialogues. So I think that's a huge advantage for Disney. Also, I think that the audiences, since like they already know about the film, they're sort of going to be a bit more biased when they watch it. They will tend to like it.
Yeah.
And they want to, most of the adults, they want to relive their childhood, right? Back in the 90s, there's hardly anyone that past the age of, I don't know, 30, 40, who hasn't seen it when they were younger. Also, I think that The Lion King is also, what it displays is the new era of technology, the usage of technology, and it is a shot-for-shot remake of the original 1994 film. But the thing is, what it shows is, what is obvious is that the era of hand-drawn animation, traditional animation is in the past, and now we're moving to a new era.
What do you think, Tehniyat?
I'd say definitely they are cashing in on the idea of nostalgia. I mean, if you look at the first trailer that they released, they have that iconic opening shot of the sun rising, the song playing, and it instantly grabs you and it takes you back to being a child watching that movie. And and clearly from how the movie is sort of structured, where they are using so much of the original story, of the original content, the songs, everything, it's just taking you back. So in my opinion, there are no two ways about it. It is that nostalgic idea, and that's what they know will drive the audience to the cinema. That is what will take them there. So
Do you think these movies should stick to the original theme or should play around with the same idea?
So I think that's a very tricky question. There's no yes or no answer to that, as in whether they should just stick to the original. Because otherwise, if they stick to the original completely, then there would be no point of these remakes.
Yeah.
But like movies like The Jungle Book and Cinderella, so what they've done in their live action remakes is sort of they've updated the stories, and that was actually very popular among the critics as well as the audiences. So where in The Lion King, they didn't really take that risk. So it's very interesting because maybe it was a conscious decision on their part. So I don't know what Tehniyat would have to say to that exactly.
I agree. I think it's such a tricky thing to navigate, sticking to the original, honoring the original, because it is a classic, it is iconic, and then also sort of altering it. Like they try to do it in Aladdin, they try to make it more modern, they try to give Jasmine a more, like a feminist arc in the movie. And my thing with Lion King is, when I was watching it, every time they digressed from the original, I was like, that's not in it. I wanted that scene. So that sort of felt a bit jarring to me, because I guess the whole movie sort of honors the movie. Not honors, I won't say that word. It sticks so closely to the original script. But then when I came out of the cinema and I felt like, what was the point? What was the point of
You were
it?
missing out on something,
On
right?
something new. And
A lot of things. Because I do think that, I'm so sorry to cut you, but I sort of agree with you, because the movie is way longer, extra 30 to 40 minutes. But the thing is, you don't really understand like what's new in the film in the end. And honestly, I don't see the point if it's longer. That they cut out some of, honestly, my favorite lines. I was a bit disappointed. Like there's some scenes that are
So guys, we have spoilers in this review as
I'm
well.
really sorry about that. But So yeah, the fact that they cut out some lines, it's really disappointing. Some of my favorite scenes, it was a bit, so basically what I'd like to add to that is like what I said before, you know, about the prior knowledge. So we already know that, oh, this scene is so powerful in the original movie. So in our minds, we're sort of reliving that scene from the original movie and not the new one, the remake isn't having the same impact, but it's just the nostalgia, I think, playing in our minds that's affecting the way we watch the movie.
So they are clearly cashing in the same
Definitely.
nostalgia
Yeah,
thing.
yes, exactly.
So do you think these characters did justice to the movie, and what's about the photorealistic take on the original movie?
So basically, I do think that the actors did do justice to their sort of roles. But the thing is, unfortunately, we couldn't see that on the screen, on the movie, because the thing is, while the core difference between the original movie and this new animated version is the photorealistic take that you mentioned.
Yeah.
But it also served as the biggest, I would say, limitation for the movie in terms of depicting the emotions and the depth of the original movie. It could not, unfortunately, capture that, and that was a very disappointing aspect. Also, it also seriously affected the chemistry between the characters that everyone was so in love with, and the expressions. Honestly, the reason that it was such a loved movie, popular movie at the time, was because their expressions were so human, and the facial expressions were something that everyone could relate to, and they really enjoyed. So yeah,
I mean, I agree 100%, and I feel it is photorealistic, but we need to remember that this is also an animated movie, and the beauty of animation for me, seeing an animated movie, is the fact that they can take liberty with what you cannot do in real life, right? They can make an animal sing and dance, and in this they're not taking advantage of that form, that creative form at all. So, and I felt that there were so many scenes which in the original movie were emotionally impactful. In this, they were truncated. So that meeting between, again spoiler, between Nala and Simba, it just felt so rushed. Rafiki and Simba, all of those really powerful moments in the original animated version. In this, they just sort of fall flat, and because they cannot get actual real life looking animals talking to each other. So I just felt like if I want to see animals talk, I would watch a dubbed National Geographic or something. But that's not what movies, especially which are full of childhood wonder and magic,
One
are for.
quick question, rate it out of 10.
I'm so sorry. 5.
Yes, 5.5. It's beautiful to look at, but not the same impact.
Thank you guys for coming. This is it for today. Until next time, goodbye. We're really excited to share fantastic content with you
on all the fun topics.
Please subscribe to our channel by
clicking on the subscribe button below.